Hello students, welcome to Meso Study again. So in the previous session, we were discussing about the question which is related to human health and diseases. We have already discussed the 5 questions, rest all 5 questions we will be discussing in today's session. So the first question, for first, second, third question, that was of 1 marks, we have already discussed. Second was a fourth and the fifth question which is of 2 marks, we have discussed already. Now we have to discuss about a next question, that is a question number 6. So question number 6 indicates that identify A, B, C, D in the following. In this, the scientific name of the source plant is given: Papaver somniferum, Cannabis sativa, Erythroxylum coca. And these are the drugs which are obtained by them. Harmful effects or the human body parts affected, that is depressant slow downs the body functions. Right. Now first it is there, that is a Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum, we know that it gives rise to morphine. So in this A, that is called as a morphine. Right students, and they act as a depressant and slow down the body function. Second is cannabinoids or the cannabis sativa. They produces the drug which is called as a cannabinoids, and cannabinoids are those which causes a changes in the cardiovascular system. So they affect a cardiovascular system. Right. Next is a Erythroxylum coca. Erythroxylum coca, they give rise to a cocaine which affect central nervous system. Central nervous system. So this was also a 2-mark question, and this is how you have to attempt the same. Right. So hope you got the correct answer for question number 6. Now let's move on to the next question, which is a 3 marks question. Now the question number 7 indicate what precaution would you recommend to a patient requiring a repeated blood transfusion? When I was discussing in the session regarding AIDS, at that time we have discussed that one of the reason by which the AIDS causes is the blood transfusion, repeated blood transfusion. Use those needles which have already been used. That is also one of the reason for that. So this is always recommended to get their HIV checked within a short duration of time or at a very regular interval. So what precaution? Patients should go for regular checkups, regular checkup for AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. And what is the causative agent of AIDS? That is a HIV. And what is the full form of AIDS? HIV? That is a human immunodeficiency virus. So whole immune system of the patient will become compromised. What is the full form of AIDS? That is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Right. So for the first part, you have to write the same answer. If the advice is not followed by the patient, there is an apprehension that patient might contract a disease that will destroy the immune system of his and her body. Explain with the help of schematic diagrams only how the immune system would get affected and destroyed. Because we are discussing about the AIDS, that means the patient will develop AIDS, and AIDS is caused by HIV. Now we have to discuss the whole cycle. Now come to this side, let's discuss about the cycle. When I say that HIV is there, so in the case of HIV, which type of cells are affected? That is a T cells. T cells are affected. Or you can say the whole body immune system will be compromised. When body immune system is compromised, then in this situation, what will happen? The patient will be prone to so many infections, and same will happen. In this case, what happens? We know about the HIV. HIV is having the RNA as a genetic material, and they are having the outermost covering, which we call it as a protein coat, which is called as a protein coat, right? Whenever this infection occurs, suppose this is a one type of immune cells, suppose these are the macrophages. Macrophages there. Now, what will happen? These particular, you can say the retrovirus, so basically it is what? A retrovirus. And this retrovirus will tend to enter inside the cell. When they will enter into the cell, the protein coat will remain outside. Only the RNA will enter inside the cell. So, if I write this over here, RNA will enter into cell. When RNA will enter into cell, first of all, the RNA will be converted into a DNA. RNA will convert into the DNA, and the enzyme which is required for this conversion is called as a reverse transcriptase. Reverse transcriptase. Now what will happen? This DNA will incorporate into a host nucleus. In the nucleus, we know the DNA is there. So, this DNA which is present, they will enter into DNA of host. So, they will replicate along with host machinery. In the 11th class, we have discussed that viruses, they use the replication machinery of a host. So, they will use a host machinery. When they will use a host machinery, definitely numerous copies of this DNA will be formed. And they will form a protein coat around it. Now, these viruses, they are ready for the next infection, or you can say these viruses are ready to affect the more and more cells of the immune system. So, HIV will infect other cells. So, the whole immune system will be compromised when one cell is killed, and later on so many such cells will be killed in the same manner, right. So, come back to the question. This was a third 3 marks question. This is how you have to attempt, right. Draw the whole diagram. Diagram I have drawn in the session also, same diagram I have drawn this time. And also, whenever you are making this diagram, try to use only pencil, because you all are preparing for the CBSE exam. So, try to use only pencil, do not use any other color. Now, let us move to the next question, that is a question number 8. Now, we have to discuss about the characteristic features of acquired immunity. So, acquired immunity, what is acquired immunity, students? Acquired immunity is that immunity which we acquire during our lifetime by encountering ourselves with the different antigen. We are moving, we are living here and there, sometimes we used to have some food and something like that, and due to this what happens, all of these, the antigens, they enter into our body. Even when we inhale, the pathogens, they enter into our body. The fungal spores are there which enter into our body, because whenever they enter into our body, they evoke our immune system. They evoke our immune system, and definitely the antibodies will be secreted. And this antibody, like I have discussed in the previous session, they lead to that helpful, that is good for the secondary immune response. In this case, we have to discuss about the acquired immunity regarding the different characteristics. So, characteristics. The first characteristics of acquired, that they are specific. They are specific. Right? A very much specific are there. That means because antibodies are formed in this, and these antibodies, they are specific for a same type of antigens. Now, let's talk about some more characteristics. They produces memory cells. They produces memory cells. Memory cells. And also the another character is that they prepare body. They prepare body for secondary immune response. For secondary immune response. And secondary immune response is faster. And secondary immune response is faster than the primary immune response. Right? Now, the next part of the question says, list the different ways by which it can be attained by human. This acquired immunity, they can be attained by two processes. One is called as a active and second is by the passive acquired immunity. First one is called as a active acquired immunity. Active acquired immunity is that immunity, the name itself indicate active, that means our immune system is active. Immune system is active, that means the antibody is secreted in the body itself, right? And this you have to explain. Active acquired immunity, where antibodies are formed, where antibodies are formed in the body of patient, in the body itself. So, antibodies are formed inside the body due to encounter with antigen. So, other you have to explain is passive acquired immunity. Passive acquired immunity. So, passive acquired immunity is that immunity in which the antibodies are not formed inside the body. Instead, we used to take these antibodies from outside. Antibodies are taken from outside. Taken from outside. In this case, the antibodies are not formed inside the body, but they are taken from the outside. This is called as a passive acquired immunity. These are the both in detail I have explained in the session. Likewise, you have to explain in the same way. So, this was a question number 8. Let's move on to the 9th question. A very big question, not very big. The question is big, but answer is very short. So, main thing is that understanding for the question. If you are understanding the question, you can easily attempt such type of question. So, cancer is one of the most dreaded disease. Explain the contact inhibition and the metastasis with the respect to disease. So, that means we are discussing about, question says that we are discussing about the cancer, and cancer is that disease in which there is a rapid proliferation of cells, uncontrolled growth of cells. So, what is happening in case of the cancer is uncontrolled growth of cell. Uncontrolled growth of cell is there. right? This uncontrolled growth of cell which is happening inside the body, that sometimes metastasize into other organ. Whenever they metastasize into other organ, the chances that the other organs will also develop such type of cancers or the tumors. That is called as a metastasis. We have to explain the two important process. One is a contact inhibition. First, let's discuss about a contact inhibition. Every cell which is formed inside the body, the destination is that they are destined to die after some time and they will be replaced by the new cell. In case of the cancer, what happens is the cells, they do not die. That's why I have written the uncontrolled growth of cell is there. That means apoptosis is not happening. Contact inhibition is the same process in which the cell growth is suppressed, or cell division is suppressed. So, in case of the contact inhibition, what happens whenever a cell, suppose what I do, I want to prepare a culture of human cells, any of the human cells that you can take. After some time, what I will see that there is formation of a monoculture, a single layer will be formed over the culture medium. No more cells will be formed one above the another. This is called as a contact inhibition. That means the neighboring cells, they are avoiding, they do not allow the other cells to divide. That is a contact inhibition. So, that you have to explain. Another thing which is mentioned, that is called as a metastasis. What is metastasis? Metastasis is that process in which these cells which are formed, they are migrating to different other positions. They are showing the rapid growth, they are showing the rapid division in the different parts of body. Suppose they are present only in one organ, suppose the liver. And these cells, they have a rapid capability to show the process of angiogenesis. That means to form the blood vessel, because the rapidly dividing cells are there. Definitely they need food also. How do they acquire this food? They acquire this food with the help of the blood vessels which is forming inside it. That is called as a angiogenesis. So, they obtain food from those blood vessels. After some time, what will happen? The chances that these cells, they enter into the blood vessels. Once they have entered into the blood vessel, there are very less chance to cure such type of cancers. In the initial stages, if they are confined at one particular place, we can easily detect that cancer is present and we can easily eradicate them by killing those cells. But once it has entered into blood cell, they can migrate to any position. That is called as a metastasis. Suppose they migrate to the brain, suppose they remain in the blood, sometimes they are affecting our blood cells, sometimes they migrate to the different tissues. So, that causes a dreaded disease. That's why it is written over here, the most dreaded disease. So, these are the two words that you have to explain. Come back to the second. Name the group of genes that have been identified in the normal cell that could lead to the cancer and how these gene causes cancer. In the session, I have discussed about the genes which is called as a proto-oncogenes. Proto-oncogenes which are normally present inside the cells. What happens is that there is a gain of function in these because of a process which we all know, that is a mutation. Some mutation happened due to which the proto-oncogene, they are converted into oncogenes. So, this is called as a gain of function, due to which the cell will not undergo the apoptosis. Instead, they will remain same, or they will show a uncontrolled growth. Right? This is also one of the property, or the oncogenes are responsible. Other type of gene which we have also studied in the session is a tumor suppressor gene. Tumor suppressor gene. Now, what is a tumor suppressor gene? Tumor suppressor genes are normally present inside the cell. They are also normally present. But these genes, as the name indicates, they suppress the formation of tumor. Whenever the loss of function happens in this, they convert into the oncogenes. In this case, the loss of function happens, and whereas in above case, the gain of function happens. Gain of function. Due to which the normal gene, they are converted into a oncogene. Right? Come back to the third part. Name any two techniques which is useful in detecting cancer of an internal organ. We all know about the two techniques. One is a CT scan, another is a MRI. What is the full form of CT scan? That is computed tomography. Computed tomography. Second is called as a magnetic resonance imaging. Magnetic resonance imaging. Right? Now, let's come back to the fifth part. Why are cancer patients often given the alpha interferon as a part of their treatment? Normally, our immune system doesn't detect that these are the cancer cells and that you have to kill. Alpha interferons, they act as a biological immune system modulator. Biological immune system modulator. This biological immune system modulator, they modify the immune system. When they modify the immune system, our immune system, they start recognizing these cells as a foreign antigen and they start killing them. That's why research is going in this direction towards the using of this alpha interferon towards killing this cancer, which is the most dreaded disease. Now, let's move on to the last question. So, the last question is of 5 mark question, a long answer question. A person in your colony has recently been diagnosed with the AIDS. People, residents in the colony want him to leave the colony for the fear of spreads of AIDS, right, and view on the situation of giving reason. Because we know the AIDS is not a communicable disease. It doesn't spread like it is spreading by using the utensil, by talking to them, by handshaking. They do not spread by this mechanism. And this is how you can educate other people. Because normally this is a misconception among the people that they spread by this mechanism. Actually, they do not spread by this mechanism. What happens is that whenever the body fluids, they come in contact with one another, at that time the chances that the patient, the other person can develop the same type, the AIDS, right? And basically what we have to do, we should not go for a rapid transfusion. If we are going for, if a doctor is recommended to go for the rapid transfusion, at that time we should check our the HIV test. We should go for the HIV test regularly, and instead the sterilized needle should be used, although the preventive measures that could be taken. So one thing that should be clear in your mind, that do not spread like this. They spread only when the body fluids, they come in contact with one another. They do not spread by shaking hands, they do not spread by using their utensils. So these all are misconceptions. So list the possible preventive measures that you would suggest to a resident of your locality in meeting organized by you, so that they can understand the situation. The one thing is that they should not use a reused needle. So sterilized needle, sterilized, or you can say the new needles should be used. Needles should be used. So we should tell them that while going for vaccination, while going for any kind of injection, you should use a new needles, and whatever that is, or the used needle, they should be properly disposed. Another is that they should always go for a safe sex. That is also one of the reasons for the spread of the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, right? We should distribute, what one can do, they can distribute certain preventive measures, or you can say these condoms in the public area, so that they should tell each other that we should not get into all those contacts, right? So whenever the body fluids, they come in contact with one another, then only the AIDS spread. Write the symptoms and the causative agents of AIDS. What is the symptoms? We are talking about the symptoms of AIDS. That means what is happening? The whole immune system, that means the T cells, they are becoming less. T cells are becoming less, that means the immune system is being compromised. If immune system is compromised, the person will be susceptible to various diseases. Even a cold can cause a death. Even the tuberculosis, the first symptom is that the patient will develop a tuberculosis. The majority of the cases, I am not saying because exceptions are everywhere, the first symptom is the presence of the tuberculosis, right? Because what happens, the whole immune system is getting compromised, and it has written the causative agent of AIDS is always a human immunodeficiency virus, which is a HIV, which is a retrovirus, which is having RNA as a genetic material, and which is having a reverse transcriptase activity, which affect the T cells. So these are the different things that you have to remember. So students, we have discussed around the 10 questions, the 10 different questions from the different categories. Hope whatever I have taught you today is clear to you. If it is not, then go back to the sessions when I have discussed in detail of each of these. In separate sessions, I have discussed the AIDS, in separate sessions, I have discussed cancer. These are very, very important. Definitely one question comes from this topic. So we are done with the today's session. We are done with the whole chapter. The chapter is completed, and also the whole question, CBSE pattern question exercise is also completed. We'll meet in the next session. We'll discuss about a new chapter. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you so much, students, for watching this.